Okay, so I'm not a contractor or woodworker by trade. I've done woodworking in the past. I like working with wood. I like building stuff. But I'm by no means a professional. So this is just a top view of how this is going to be laid out. So the bookshelf, of course, is going to be 16 inches wide by 24 inches long. And then the cabinets are going to be 72 inches by 31 inches. And for now, I'm going to leave both front and back opened on the cabinet. And on the bookshelf, I'll have a plywood back on 3 sides to close that off, and of course I'll do plywood on the ends of the cabinet. And here's a front view of all of this. So I'm going to have 2 sections of shelving. It's going to be 36 inches tall. So because of the 2x4, it's going to be around 16 inches height on each shelf of the cabinet, and about 13 inches for the bookshelf, which should be tall enough. So I'm going to be 30 inches tall, and like I said, 36 inches tall. So I've already put one together here. I'm going to sand it down, and I cut the other pieces here. And I'm going to put those together and then go from there. Anyhow, I'm not sure how much I'll do on video of this portion, because it's just putting the pieces of the shelving together, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows how to do that. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to do just going to do a real fast. I'm going to speed the video up through this process, and we'll go from there. So here we go. Alright, so as you can tell, I just kind of got it dry fitted in. I haven't even leveled it out because I still have more to do. I've got to sand it all down, but it's going to fit pretty good, and we're going to readjust everything around afterwards. You know, like I said, it's going to be a bookshelf, and then it's going to have a butcher block come out a little bit, have an overhang on the butcher block by a few inches, maybe 8-9 inches. It'll hang over. And what's going to happen is I'll be able to have a chair here. We can sit here, you know, do things over here, as well as having a bookshelf. And then the counter area is going to be an overhang as well. I haven't gotten to that yet, but this is a start. At least I've got it started. I'm going to have to notch into the wood here to make sure that it fits the wall perfectly, and then I'm going to level it and fit it to the floor. I really don't want to nail into the wood planks. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm either going to build a platform underneath this where it keeps it down in this little area, and kind of use liquid nails to make it solid on the ground. That way, you know, if we want, we can take it out later if we need to, and I won't ruin any of the floor. But I may just toenail it into the floor as well. But you know, as it is right now, I can only do that on this side. I can't do it on that side. So and these counters are going to come out, and I'll be redoing the countertops, and probably, I'm not sure if we're going to reuse the cabinets, sand them, paint them, and put new doors on, or if we're just going to replace them all. That's, you know, kind of a decision we're going to make down the road here. But as I said, this is the beginning. I think it's going to look. I think it's going to look pretty good. We'll continue to update. Okay, so I think I'm done for today with what I'm going to do. With everything else, trying to find the tools you need and having to buy tools, it's really starting to suck. We can't find our little sander that we use, and I'm wanting to sand everything down and then seal it all up and have it completed and ready for the butcher block that'll go on top. This is only the bookshelf piece. It's the smallest piece, so that's why I did it first. So what I'll do is I'll try to get around to the back side and just show you what I've got. So let's see if I can do this. All right, so the front, you see that already. And I used 2x4s for the frame. I used 1x6s for the shelving, and 1/4-inch plywood's what I'm going to use on the sides, back, and the top. And the top isn't on there yet. It's over here, already cut out. I've cut all the pieces. I just wanted to get a look and see how it was going to look. And I still, like I said, I want to sand it and get it real nice and smooth, and then I'm going to paint everything so that it looks good when you put it together. Here's one side, the other side's going to look just like it. And let's go around the back. There's the back side. Don't know how well you can see that, but I used one 4x4 sheet of plywood and got everything I needed for this out of that one sheet, with a small chunk of plywood left out of it that I didn't have to use right here. So that'll be used for another project. And I'll go ahead, here's the other side. So anyhow, oh, and today, to add to the other nail guns, I've got a Numax. This is a model SFR 2190 framing nailer. I think someone is trying to tell me that I'm going to be doing a lot of building in the future. But it's a new toy. I'm all happy about it. I don't mind. I like all the new toys I'm getting. So anyhow, so I got to go back to work tomorrow. The next day, I'll probably, when I'm done with this, I'm probably going to go try to tear apart the back end of the garage and try to find my sander. I know we've got it, I just don't know where we put it. But this portion's just about done, and I'm not completely happy about how it turned out. Learning the new tools, getting back into woodworking. So it's just with the lighting in here, and I think we've actually found some different lighting that I'm going to try. There are ones that plug in, that hang from the ceiling, and I think I'm going to try that, and I might get one or two and put them in different areas up in the ceiling area and the rafters. These kind you can actually move around. So I like those. Other than this light that's really for photography, that doesn't really give you all the lighting you need. All right, another day ends. There is the beginning of the shelving countertop. It's not on level ground right now. I've still got the center braces to put in. I'm going to rip one of these down to put in the center here. And then I'll have the two on the ends put in. So that's just a rip piece of wood left. Then it's the 1x6s to put in for the shelves. The plywood on top, take it in, fit it, and then we have to paint it. I've already done a lot of the sanding on all the pieces before I put it together. I thought maybe it'd be a little easier for me. So anyhow, there it is. If my measurements are right, it should be roughly 35 inches in height right now. 36 inches. It's 36 inches right now, top to bottom. And it's 72 inches long, which is the space that's open for me to cover. So I've got to put the plywood ends on it. And like I said, it's going to be an open area in the middle with shelves. It's going to be bottom shelf, middle shelf. And so it shouldn't take me that much longer. I will be sanding the front and back because those are the pieces that are going to be showing when it's sitting in there. We're going to paint it, but I still want to sand it down real good. Anyhow, got to go feed the animals. Got pigs waiting to get fed. So I've got to end my day. I'll be back at it again tomorrow. Hopefully have it completely put together and sanded by tomorrow. And moved inside. With the exception of the shelving probably. Because I'm probably gonna run out of sandpaper. The shelving, the 1x6s, they're a little wet. I don't know why. Well, I think I know why. The only 1x6s they had at the lumber store were pre-treated or pressure-treated lumber, which I didn't need necessarily, but that's what they had. So I went ahead and got it. I don't need it to be pressure-treated, but it won't hurt it either way. It's 1x6. It'll work. I made the other portion of it work, so I just went through a lot of sandpaper sanding that pressure treated wood down to where I could get it real smooth. Anyhow, I'm just rambling on. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this update and get the animals fed so that I can eat dinner. See you on the next update.